I'm Ray Rogers.
And I'm Brad Kepler.
You're listening to Fix This, a podcast exploring tech ideas and solutions to some of today's largest challenges.
People around the world rely on goods produced by farmers in India.
Indian farmers grow and produce milk, jute, rice, wheat, sugarcane, vegetables, fruit, cotton, spices, and more.
We set out to understand how technology can provide one possible solution to improve earnings for farmers across India. Ashish Anand is CEO and founder of Whrrl, a fintech platform helping farmers with timely credit and post-harvest agriculture supply chain, all using blockchain and the cloud.
Whrrl is a fintech platform for farmers in India, wherein we are helping the farmers to get finances for what is known as post-harvest finance. Means after the crop has been harvested. Typically, farmers have faced a lot of challenges in getting better prices as well as getting better financing post-harvest. Also, we are helping banks to better their processes around what is known as warehouse receipt finance, which is a tool used by the farmers to have liquidity in hand when they are not selling their crop, and rather they store it in the warehouse in the hope that the prices will rise at a later stage. We have touched the lives of more than 3,000 farmers, directly and indirectly by lending to farmers or through to the farmers' cooperatives.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the state of agriculture in India today?
Agriculture has been a mainstay for most of the Indians. Rather directly or indirectly, around 50% of Indians are dependent upon agriculture. We are talking about more than 500 million people. Part of GDP that comes from agriculture is actually 15%, and that's quite huge. That's still a $400 billion market. Land holding will be less than 2 acres for 85% of the farmers in India. And that means that the farmers in India don't have too much of money coming from the produce that they produce in their fields.
Yeah, so the idea is that the harvest time is similar for all farmers, whether they have a small farm that's less than 2 acres or a larger farm. So the market is flooded with produce, with grains, and all different kinds of crops at once. And at that time, farmers wouldn't be able to fetch a high price for their output.
That is very much right. When these crops come to the market, what happens at that point of time that in local areas, the prices will fall down and they will fall quite sharply. Even this crop cycle in October, November, we saw that prices were around 30% below what the price even the government provides to the farmers. So that's a major challenge.
Yes. And so now going back to what Whrrl does, can you tell me a little bit about where the warehouses come into effect and how are these loans working for the farmers? How is it helping the farmers take advantage of the timing and of the supply and demand fluctuations?
As we talked about that Indian farmers don't have much of a land holding. That means their income is also low from the farm. Now, what happens that if the prices are lower and if the farmers decide to sell at that point of time, their income will certainly be lower. Means they will be having lower realization for their crop. What anybody will do at that point of time, they would say that it will be better if I don't sell it now and better store it. The problem is that if a farmer decides to store that, then he doesn't have money. He doesn't have money for his next crop cycle. He can't buy the inputs, he can't buy seeds, fertilizers, etc. He can't hire laborers. When the farmers decide not to sell, the option for them is to deposit it in a warehouse. When they deposit in a warehouse, then they have liquidity crunch, and that is where Whrrl comes in. We allow the farmers to take a 70% of the crop value as loan amount. And that loan amount helps them in achieving two objectives. First, they don't have to sell the crop. And secondly, they have liquidity in hand through the loan which we have provided. That way, they have best of both worlds, and they can decide to sell the crop which they have stored in the warehouse at the right point of time. And that way, they will be able to get better realization. And we will collect the loan proceeds only when the farmer has decided to sell the commodity.
So it sounds so simple when we just describe it that way, but there's a lot of technology behind this. How is your platform powered? How is it working? How are the farmers interacting with it? Tell us a little bit about the technology behind what you're doing.
We have brought the world's cutting-edge technology of blockchain and cloud solutions. Blockchain is a platform which removes intermediaries. People transact between themselves. Through the blockchain, without any third party, we have connected the banks and the warehouses and the farmers together. We have created a unified platform where we have 1,400 warehouses today. We have lenders, the banks on the platform. In India, most of the farmers have a smartphone in the household. So these farmers have access to the platform through the mobile app. The farmers use the mobile app to find a warehouse nearby. They also use the mobile app to book a slot in the warehouse. They bring their commodities to the warehouse. The warehouse, which is again on our electronic blockchain platform, it generates an electronic warehouse receipt. This is a document that the farmer has deposited XYZ quality of ABC quantity of the crop in the warehouse, which they use to apply for loan. We have created a platform where the farmers can sell these commodities stored in the warehouses online to other buyers. And the buyers can repay the loan to the bank, as well as the buyers will pay the farmer the balance amount. It helps the farmer that they don't have to arrange for money to repay the loan they have taken. Warehouse receipt finance in India actually helps increase farmers' income by around 25 to 40%.
How is the cloud helping to power the platform and helping you to achieve your mission?
Cloud helps us to serve the on-demand requirement of resources. And secondly, not worry about where our customers and where our partners are located.
Ashish, what's your ultimate hope for the future? How do you think we can create a more equitable environment for farmers who are doing really critical work using technology?
In emerging markets, and I would say in Asia, individual farm holdings have gone really below economic farm holding levels. And as a result, the yields are lower, as well as the income of the people dependent upon agriculture are lower. We need to increase yield per hectare of land. Secondly, we help provide market access so that they don't have to go through the channel of intermediaries in the supply chain. And thirdly, what we also need to ensure that along with the market linkage, we are able to get them the right price for their produce. So these are the things which where the farmers need help to help their increase their income. And that is where a lot of agri-tech is coming up. Now there are startups who are helping farmers in the post-harvest segment by helping them create market linkage. And that is where Whrrl also comes into play, where we are facilitating finance at these market linkage places. And finally, we help the farmers to defer their sale decision, and we help them sell online so that they get the best prices available in the market. Technology is going to play the biggest role in changing the lives of the farmers.